Even though celebrities seem larger than life most of the time, they're still regular people who have to deal with health issues. Unfortunately, sometimes these health scares even ended their careers. Let's get into the list. In at number 10, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis and his family have announced that he will be retiring from acting due to health issues. In a social media post, his family announced that the 67-year-old acting legend was forced to step away from the big screen because of struggles with his health, namely because of aphasia, a condition that, quote, robs you of the ability to communicate. It can affect your ability to speak, write, and understand language, both verbal and written. It's often caused by a stroke or head injury. This came as a shock to fans as there's been no news that Willis had a stroke or anything similar that would have triggered this. Willis has many projects completed that are not yet released, so fans will still get to see him on screen in these projects. The statement said in part, quote, "To Bruce's amazing supporters, as a family, we wanted to share that our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and has recently been diagnosed with aphasia, which is impacting his cognitive abilities. As a result of this, and with much consideration, Bruce is stepping away from the career that's meant so much to him." In at number 9, Paul Triple H Levesque. The WWE star was forced to retire from wrestling in March of 2022 after a heart issue that required surgery. He spoke with Stephen A. Smith, telling ESPN, quote, "As far as in ring, which I get asked about a lot, I'm done. I would never wrestle again. First, I have a defibrillator in my chest, which is probably not a good idea for me to get zapped on live TV. It all started in fall of 2021 when he got pneumonia. This led to fluid building up around his lungs and heart, causing significant damage. By the time he had heart surgery in November of that year, his heart was only pumping at 12% when it should be 55 to 60%. He said that before surgery his heart was failing, adding, quote, "I was sort of at the 1-yard line of where you need to be, or where you don't want to be really, for your family and for your future." In at number 8, Hailey Baldwin. In 2022, Hailey went through a terrifying health scare when she had a mild stroke. She spoke about the event in March of 2022, saying she had an encounter where she experienced, quote, "stroke-like symptoms" and was taken to the hospital. Adding, quote, "They found I had suffered a very small blood clot in my brain, which caused a small lack of oxygen, but my body had passed it on its own and I recovered completely within a few hours." She revealed that she was now recovering at home and was fine. Hailey recalled that she was having breakfast with her husband when she started to exhibit symptoms of a stroke, and she was rushed to the hospital, but before arriving, she had already passed the clot herself. I would assume this incident has changed how she will live her life going forward. In at number 7, Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews suffered a common throat issue that caused her to lose her iconic singing voice for good. Andrews suffered from throat nodules, which is a growth on the vocal cord, which can result in damage to speaking or singing voice. The issue was so bad that Andrews needed to get surgery if she wanted any chance of fixing her singing voice. She underwent throat surgery in 1999 to treat her throat nodules, but sadly the surgery went wrong, ending her golden career of singing for good. She blamed the surgeons for botching her surgery, as both her singing and speaking voice were damaged from the surgery. Doctors initially said that the condition was only temporary and she would improve over time when she healed, but that was a lie. Over 2 years later, she was still not fully recovered, and her voice was still fried. After getting no real answers or results, she decided to sue the surgeons. Julie Andrews had 4 surgeries that restored her speaking voice to normal, but her singing voice is still not what it once was, and she can now no longer do it professionally. In at number 6, Celine Dion. Celine Dion was forced to postpone her world tour after she started suffering muscle spasms that made it difficult for her to perform everyday tasks, let alone perform a world tour. Initially, she only cancelled one leg of her tour, hoping to recover in time to do at least some part of the scheduled tour. However, that was not the case, and in January of 2022, she cancelled the 19 remaining North American tour dates from March 9th to April 22nd. She said in a statement at the time, quote, "I was really hoping that I'd be good to go by now, but I suppose I just have to be more patient and follow the regimen that my doctors are prescribing." Adding, quote, "There's a lot of organizing and preparation that goes into our shows, and so we have to make decisions today which will affect the plans 2 months down the road." As of now, it doesn't seem like she's made much progress toward recovery, and this could mean the end of her career. Halfway number 5, Lilly Singh. Lilly Singh shared that she was sent to the ER because of a health issue. In February of 2022, Lilly posted to social media a photo of herself in the hospital with the caption, quote, "Spent the last day in the ER because my ovaries have the audacity to be wilding out. Both of them have cysts. And I'm just here like, really? Let me understand this. You're gonna make me suffer once a month and then in addition, stab me in between periods. LOL, wow, the entitlement, the nerve, I'm weak." Lilly was diagnosed with ovarian cysts, which are somewhat common in women. Mayo Clinic states that, quote, "Many women have ovarian cysts at some time, and most present little or no discomfort and are harmless. But large or ruptured cysts can cause serious issues like pelvic pain, fullness or heaviness in the abdomen when bloating." In at number 4, Roger Federer. Roger Federer was forced to drop out of the US Open in August of 2021 because he needed an operation on his knee. This was the third one he was forced to undergo after injuries from playing. He said in a statement at the time, quote, "I've been doing a lot of check-in with doctors as well on my knee, getting all the information, as I hurt myself further during the grass court season and Wimbledon. Unfortunately, they told me for the medium to long term to feel better, I will need surgery, so I decide I will do it. I will be on crutches for many weeks and then also out of the game for many months." He was hoping that after the surgery he would be well enough to play again for many years to come, but it doesn't look like it. In 2022, Federer announced that he would not be competing in January's Australian Open and would be incredibly surprised to return in time for Wimbledon in 2022. Many experts claim he is nearing the end of his career. In at number 3, Jessie J. Jessie J was hospitalized in December of 2020 after she woke up not being able to hear in her right ear, along with other strange symptoms like not being able to walk in a straight line. After getting medical attention, she learned that she suffered from Meniere's syndrome, which is an inner ear condition that can cause vertigo and dizziness. She revealed on social media that many people had reached out to her to give her advice on this condition. She also revealed the condition makes it very difficult for her to sing without any pain. She was happy she decided to go to the hospital, as her treatment has made living with the condition much easier. In August of 2021, she said that she could not, quote, "sing with ease" after dealing with pain for several months, stating that after 6 months of treatment, she still could not get through a full day without any pain. Adding, quote, "Worst part is that it's not my vocal cords. They are healthy and they are in there with their hands up like, 'Not us, Jay, we got you.' It's something around them. Spine, thyroid, allergy, who knows? The tests continue, and there is a high chance this could end her career." And at number 2, Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley revealed in 2021 that she suffered with a debilitating health condition, but did not give details on what exactly it was. She said she, quote, "felt isolated and alone while battling this condition," telling The Hollywood Reporter in July of 2021, quote, "I said no to a lot of projects, not because I wanted to, but because I physically couldn't participate in them. And I definitely suffered a lot more than I had to because I didn't take care of myself. The self-inflicted pressure of not wanting to be helped or taken care of created more physical unrest throughout those years." She noted that this condition was invisible, and Woodley felt that a, quote, "broken arm or leg would have been more obvious," explaining, quote, "It's really difficult for people to relate to the pain that you're experiencing when it's a silent, quiet, and invisible pain." She gave no details on if she's recovered, but we know it put a huge stall in her acting career. And finally, number 1, Joshua Bassett. In the midst of his love triangle drama with Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter, Bassett was rushed to the hospital for near-fatal septic shock and heart failure. He told GQ in June of 2021, quote, "I started getting very ill and it kept getting worse. I thought it was like food poisoning or whatever. It got worse, it got worse, it got worse, it got worse." The scare actually happened the same day he released the song Lie Lie Lie, which was a response to Rodrigo's song Driver's License, which was about Bassett. He revealed that the stress surrounding him at that time was a big part of the reason he came down with this illness. He said at the time, quote, "The doctors told me that I had a 30% chance of survival. They told me that if I had not checked into the hospital within 12 hours, I would have been found dead in my apartment." So very, very serious stuff. I don't know if that is a permanent condition that might impact him in the future, but I'm sure it's made him really think twice about the work that he's doing and especially the stress levels. Alrighty guys, that is all for the list today. Let me know your thoughts below and let me know anyone that I missed that could be in a part 2. That was really a crazy list. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and we'll catch you in the next one.